and welcome to Social and Emotional Learning and Mindfulness. In this video, you'll get 3 actionable tips that you can use and implement right away, whether you're in a virtual setting or an in-person classroom. If you're interested in learning more about SEL and mindfulness, please follow the link below to register for a free webinar. This dynamic session will provide participants with an overview of CASEL's 5 competencies, as well as their connection to mindfulness. So whether you're an SEL novice or a seasoned pro, there'll be something in that session for everyone. And because SEL starts with adults, you'll be experiencing several of these strategies firsthand. These strategies are flexible and easily integrated into pre-existing lessons and/or instructional practices. I'm Trisha DeFazio, and I'll be one of the hosts for that. I'm an author and education consultant, SEL advocate, former classroom teacher with 20 years education experience. I was also a professor in the University of Southern California. In addition, I'm a huge proponent and practitioner of mindfulness. I've seen firsthand how mindfulness can change the overall sense of well-being in children, teens, and adults. So, here's a few tips that you can take home from this video and use right away. First tip, what's your battery life? This is an SEL self-awareness check-in. It's basically prompting you to ask yourself, the way that we look at our phone, what is our current emotional, physical battery life at? Once we do this for ourselves, we can ask our students what their battery lives are at. There's a big difference in teaching a student who's at 80% and a student who's at 5%. Also, this information shows students that we care, right? They feel seen and heard when they can say, you know what, I'm at 3%. It also helps prompt a very probably necessary conversation that needs to be had. The second tip is soliciting feedback. One of my favorite quotes of all times is by Dina Simmons, which is, if we're not asking them what they need, we're probably not giving them what they need. So if you're ever wondering if an activity, a strategy, or a lesson is working, simply ask your students what they think, what they would improve on, and something that maybe didn't work for them. Third and final tip, this one's huge and it's very complicated, everyone. Breathe. You would be surprised how much of our day we spend in really shallow breathing, right? Breathing just from our chest up. So do it right now. Try to breathe in for 5 seconds, hold, and then breathe out for 5. I'll do it with you. Go ahead and do it 2 more times. You'll feel better, I promise. So, for a more in-depth look at these strategies and many, many more, please join us for our conversation on SEL and mindfulness. I look forward to seeing you there.